Hello. Not much, man. How are you? Uh-oh. Would you like to use your video today? Yeah. If you'd like, if not, that we could stay audio. Totally up to you. Okay, great. Great. Let me know when you're ready.
Just trying to make sure I've got the audio routed in for you on my stream.
Oh, I got you. I see.
I think we're good. Let me make sure I'm in unless we've moved channels in Discord, which
Nope.
I don't think we have we?
Nope.
Okay, let me update that real quick. Properties. There we go. That should be both now. All right. I should be good on my end. No more.
I don't see your camera.
No. Oh, okay. Hold on. That is the. So should I shut my stream off then?
No, no, no. You don't need to do that.
Okay.
What are you using to stream? What's
OBS.
the software? Okay, so on OBS, you'll want to go into. Do you see the virtual camera button?
Yes.
Okay, so click the little gear, and then you'll want to select like output and then source, and then output selection would be like your camera.
And then
And
start
then
virtual camera.
once, yeah, exactly. Once it's started up, uh, and then in Discord, you'll want to select OBS virtual camera as your camera. Perfect. There it is. Fantastic.
There we go.
Great. Okay, I'm going to pull our microphones in. The mics are hot and ready. And then I'm going to just bring us on the stream. We're looking good. Chat, how we looking? How we sounding? Yeah, actually, Jake
Hi
Stutz,
all.
that's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion, Jake. I'm writing that down. All right. Well, it looks like we got Killer Bees here. Welcome, Killer Bees. How we doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me today. And thanks for letting us participate in this amazing fundraiser.
You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us for the fundraiser and for this stream as well. Tell us, Killer Bees, tell us about you. What do you do on the internet? Where can they find you?
We're over on Twitch and YouTube. We've got our Lego building that we do. Both my wife and I have had a long love of Legos. We've been putting sets together since we started dating, and it became something that was easy for her to do. You know, I'd get her a little small set while she was going through chemotherapy, and something for her to mess with while she sat there and watched Lifetime movies, and got her, you know, chemo done. So it was, something for us to bond with, and something that we loved doing together, that made it feel normal for us.
Mm,
That kind of brought this semblancy of normal back to our world of, everything's going crazy, but Lego hasn't changed, and neither has how much we love each other. So let's sit here and we'll, put some Legos together and talk, and it would speed along every interaction when we were there, spending time working on Lego, and then just talking and getting to spend that time with each other was out of the normal for us. We were at the time both full-time employees, and so shifting that and having so much time, we got to explore a lot of our relationship through that journey.
mm. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, thank you for telling us all about it. Um, yeah, so you've decided to join us on Stand Up Builders. Do you want to talk about that a little bit more, or
Uh,
anything you wanted to
we
add?
we are stoked to be helping. There were so many different things and people that came into our life during her treatment that we heard about this, and both of us agreed. We're like, yeah, we need to be a part of that. We need to get messages out there and tell folks to be checking themselves. Go to the doctor. It's okay. The most of the time, your doctors can tell you you're healthy. This is to catch those times where you're not, and if you're going regularly, you can usually catch stuff early enough to head off a lot of the bad portions that you can avoid.
Mm,
So early detection is super key. Make sure you're getting checked, that you're going to your doctor. If your spouse or significant other or partner is there and they see something on you that's not normal, have them point it out and go, hey, you
yeah,
might want to go to the doc,
yeah,
because those little things can save your life.
absolutely. I think that is one of the things that I think a lot of people have mentioned, and it's come up in all these conversations when we talk about all of this, when we talk about cancer and how we are affected by it, whether it be a family member or a friend. It's really important to yeah, go to the doctor. Something trust your body, right? Like
Yeah.
if something doesn't feel right or someone points out something to you, check it out.
Now, the normal
Yeah,
level of pain for you should be zero. Uh,
right.
um,
Absolutely.
as we get older, we go, oh, well, this is supposed to hurt. Well, yeah, but make sure you're getting checked out.
Hmm.
Mrs. Bees and I uh, learned so much about our family and our history through that process, that we had no idea of how many people in our family had cancer
Wow.
till this came up. And we've got my aunt passed away 2 years ago from cancer. My mom was diagnosed last year with ovarian cancer, and had chemo and radical surgery to remove everything that was affected. Um, so this has been kind of back to back for us. So we've got a
Mm,
lot of reasons to be here, and we've got a lot of reasons to be angry. And instead of that, we choose joy. We choose to spread a good message and point out the silver linings.
mhm,
Yeah, chemo sucked, but I got to spend a crap ton of time with my wife, and it honestly felt like we were almost dating again. And it was cool. We got to explore each other more, and we got to make some amazing friends and build our family here in Southeast Texas with additional folks we met at the clinic, and who hung out with us when a lot of the spouses sat together when our significant others were back doing radiation.
mm.
So you get to build a whole new family, like I've done here on Twitch. I've made some amazing friends in the brick building community who have been wildly supportive, who are both survivors and uh, caregivers. And you get to see both sides of that and realize, I'm not alone. There are other people out here to talk to. So in essence, I accidentally built a support network,
Mm,
meeting these folks. So it's amazing. If you got a chance, if it's $1 or $10 or 1,000, donate. This is going to an amazing cause that is out there trying to get ahead of this and prevent it from happening to other people through research and practical application.
absolutely. And I think it's fantastic that you're on here with us. You're talking about it. You've decided to join the team. I greatly appreciate that, and you sharing your story. So
Well, thank you so much.
I'm yeah, I'm glad we could have you be here with us while while we run this event. Um, uh, tell me a bit about like your campaign, like
Oh,
what's going on the campaign side.
we're sitting at just a hair under 10% for our campaign. We set a super lofty goal of 2,000. We know it's our first year, and we'll adjust scope for next year for starting
Hmm.
totals. But we're doing redeems as well. So like $10 for ours, get your name on a brick, and
Hmm.
we're gonna keep that here. When we're done with the campaign, I'm gonna pour resin and make a Lego brick out of the bricks that are left that have names on them, and I'm gonna stack that on my wall behind me here every year.
Very cool. Very cool.
We've got for $20, we do the typical unbuild that everybody has, and
Yeah.
for 30, we'll stop what we're doing, move, clear the whole set out of the way, and we'll start on a miniature set, one of the small bag sets that they have at Target, Walmart, and places like that. Um, and for 50, we'll bring you into the Discord, let you title your own channel and run amok in there. And then we've got milestones. When we hit $500, I am going to dye my hair ultraviolet manic panic
Whoa.
purple, and it looks super dark here. It is like neon purple.
Really?
At 1,000, our plan is to give away a $50 gift card to a few folks for the platform of their choice. Since not everybody's on Steam, it maybe it's a PlayStation or Xbox or Switch. However or wherever you're playing, we want to make sure that you're getting to do that. And then I have on there for 1,500, I will live stream getting the stand up builders tattoo and get that
What?
done. Yep. I got space picked out.
$1,500.
The wife has approved. So we're all go here. We just got to hit that
Where
goal.
where are you where would you get it? Where's it?
I am talking about getting it right here, like
Oh, that's
prominent.
cool.
Like I want it to be seen. I want it to be a conversation starter. Well, what's that for? And then, I can talk to them about stand up to cancer, stand up builders, and engage in almost grassroots marketing for next year.
That's incredible. I love that. I love that so much.
I know Bill Time's
That's
getting his no ink tattoo, but
yeah, yeah. Bill Time's doing his thing.
I'm
Man,
a tattoo napper. Like I will just straight up go to sleep.
yeah.
So the plan is to stay awake through this one and live stream it and
Oh wow.
go full
That's
color.
incredible. I love that.
So this is a long haul for me. We know that just because cancer uh, is not growing in my wife anymore, we haven't gotten to hear the word remission from the oncologist, and so
Hmm.
that can be kind of negative for us when we go in. But we know that hearing no disease growth and no disease found in this area anymore is the steps we have to take to get there. She has
Hmm.
colorectal cancer that ended up being that we got up for school one morning to get the kids ready, and she said, "I don't feel good." Turned around and collapsed, and we had to call 911. And went to the hospital, found out that she had had a rupture in her lower intestines because of this, and it caused all sorts of issues. She was in the hospital for quite a while, and ended up with an ostomy bag. And that's the number one reason she pushes is she's like, look, guys, you can go to the bathroom regular because you got checked on a frequent basis, or you can risk going to the bathroom in a bag for the rest of your life because you didn't want to go to the doctor because it was awkward. She said,
Mhm.
I promise you that it's way more awkward to have to go change your bag at work or but she's very vocal and very open about it. She'll even mention on stream, she's like, guys, I'm sorry, that's my bag making noise. I promise I'm not just farting up a storm on stream. And I have to give her a little grief about that. But she is the adaptability that she has shown throughout all of this, and her heart not getting hard, staying a caring person during all this when it could have been super easy for her to just go down that rabbit hole and be angry.
Right.
And she's not. She is still just as in love with the world. She works in special education. She's actually finishing out her degree right now to be a full-time teacher. She has worked as a paraprofessional for the last 5 years with special education kiddos of all diagnosis. So it's to have that kind of heart and to not lose it is a huge example for me, my kids, and the people around us. And I'm so glad she's still here to do that with us. There were a couple times while she was in the hospital because of sepsis and things from the rupture that we almost lost her. And you start that grieving process, and I'm so happy that I've had to go back and work with a therapist on unpacking that and moving forward because it's sure as heck beats the alternative with my wife.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's one of those things that as a parent, you got to look out for your kids. And my thought process on that was this is going to suck if I don't start mentally preparing for the worst. Then if something like that were to happen, I don't know how I would have been prepared for my kids if I hadn't thought about that. So mental health, super important, y'all. Make sure that, especially if you're going through cancer or you're someone in your family is, talk to somebody. It's okay. Whether that is in a religious fashion or practical, like at somebody's practice with a therapist or counselor, or just to a good friend. There are hundreds and hundreds of people who want to talk to you and want you here and want to be able to talk to you tomorrow. So before any permanent choices are made for temporary problems, reach out. There is always someone to talk to. It's incredibly important that you call someone, message someone. I know that if I message someone on the stand up builders team and I said, hey, it's real rough, I'm upset, I don't know what to do, my wife's dealing with this, that somebody would answer and there'd be somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And that's you just can't value that enough.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And man, my heart goes out to you. Thank you for joining us on this.
Thanks
And
for having me. Like I said, she's excited. She got to do build night with the girls the other night.
yeah.
They all worked on different projects here at the table, and these are all things that I would have taken for granted 4 years ago and gone, oh well, the girls are in front of my computer. I'll have to do this, and now it's all my girls are in front of the computer. This is freaking sweet. Like here we are.
Yeah.
It wildly puts things in perspective for you of what is and is not important. Um,
It does.
whether it's family you're super close to or somebody at work, it will impact you. It doesn't mean that it's as heavy or as light as other times will be, but it's a ripple. It goes out from you, and you can get up in the morning and choose joy and let that ripple out, or you can get up and choose to be upset. They both work the same way. Takes the same amount of effort to be angry as it does to be happy.
I appreciate you you sharing all this. This is I appreciate the story, and I appreciate you sharing because I know it must be, you know, tough to do so. But thank you for talking about it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
It's something that won't get better by us being quiet.
absolutely. Yeah, we gotta talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Uh, let's talk about your schedule for the rest of the event.
We'll be throwing down tonight, Central Standard. That means we'll be back on in about 3.5, 4 hours,
Okay.
depending on how long it takes me to knock out dishes after we have baked potatoes tonight.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll be working on. I have a small Technic set for the John Deere wheeled harvester, and I also have the Triceratops that we'll be working on. So people can feel free to jump in there, donate, set us back, make us restart, or jump to something else. And when we hit 500, Mrs. B's will put one of the games on here, like our word game or fishing game or something, and we will immediately go dye my beard.
Nice.
I have no qualms about that. I've been a girl dad since day one of being a dad, so I'm used to glitter and color and waking up with nails done after a nap.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
anything I can do to draw attention to stand up to cancer and to such an organization that does so much for so many people all over the world. Uh, Cancer passes all social and economic boundaries. It doesn't care who you are, where you're from, how popular you are, or how much money's in the bank. You have an equal opportunity to get it just as much as the person next to you. And there sometimes it feels like there's no rhyme or reason.
Mhm.
So it's something that can truly bring everyone together and tear down walls that don't need to be there.
Well, I mean, you've said all of the things that just I think are important to say. Thank you for your perspective on it as someone who you're working through it right now. And uh my heart goes out to you, thinking of you and your wife. And thank you for taking the time to talk to me today, as well as continuing to do the work for the event.
Absolutely.
Um, but yes, chat. Let's make sure we check out Killer Bee's campaign and his channel. He'll be on tonight, so he's technically live right now while we're talking.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but make sure you give Killer Bees a follow. Yes, thank you for sharing your
Well,
story.
thanks for having me. Mrs. B's has actually got a migraine, or she would have been in here with me today.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, I totally understand. I'm glad that you could be here to at least share, and I hope she starts feeling a little bit better
She's taking
today.
a little nap. She told me that hell or high water she'll be on tonight. She's doing her best not to miss anything either. She wants to be as much a part of it, if not more, than me. And if especially if you ask GH, he'll tell you she's my better three quarters, and that is why everybody comes to see me anyway. And I'm here for it. She's an amazing
Great,
woman, and she puts up with me. So
I love that. All right, Killer Bees. Chat. I'm gonna go say goodbye to Killer Bees off camera, but make sure you check him out. I'll be right back, and thank you again, Killer Bees.
no,
We'll
thanks for
just say
having us.
goodbye here. All right, I'm gonna go to this screen, and we'll be right back, chat. All right.
Oh, let me turn that off. All right. If you're still here with us, I appreciate you coming by this afternoon and watching that with me. Uh, so we are gonna be back on in about 3 hours, maybe four, depending on dinner and how long it takes me to clean up. We're having baked potatoes tonight, which I love. I love all of you. Thank you for being here and hearing a little bit about our story. And when we get back on, I have let's see here if I can fix the camera so you can see them. Whoop. All right, y'all. I have the Manic Panic right here. I have this set that we're gonna knock out later before we get started. We'll work on Mrs. B's geology, good grief, mineral collection. And we also have the Triceratops. So y'all swing back by this evening. And thank you so much for being here and being part of this campaign and this charity. Uh, it means the world to me and Mrs. B's. And not just that, it's showing our girls that there are people who are out here and everybody cares. That there is that out in the world and means a lot to me. I love y'all. We will see you this evening. Don't get into too much trouble between now and then. And Viz, let's see here. I think it shows that you just thank you so much for donating. When we get back on tonight, Viz, I'm going to let you pick one of our small sets and we will work on that first. So I will send you a message. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. And we will be back this evening. All right, y'all. See you.